Hello everybody, it's here to you, and welcome back to Let's Play Spyro 2 Ripto's Rage. In the previous episode, we went back to the worlds that we couldn't fully complete before, now that we have the ability to climb on ladders. And in today's episode, we're continuing on through the main story of the game. So without further ado, let's climb up the ladder and continue onwards. So a bit of a fun story about that previous episode. My original plan was to cover that in a video close to the finale, but I figured we got the climbing ability now, it might be a better idea to just take care of those ones now, so that people don't have to wait too long for those gemstones to be collected during the Let's Play. At least for those who are still watching this one still brand new. Now we have a lot of options to continue on through this castle area thing. There's plenty of worlds for us to explore that way, but this one's right here, so we might as well take care of this right now. Let's go inside the world of Scorch.
Hello, Spyro. My brother Handel and I have been sent here to blow up this castle, but Handel got caught by these evil soldiers and I'm stuck out here. If you can open the doors that block the way, I can find Handel and we can complete our super secret spy mission.
Oh boy. Okay, so I gotta say this right now. I really do not like those characters. First of all, I don't like that when characters have that kind of speaking habit and things like that. When they're like, oh, it's a secret mission. I hate that. It annoys me so much. But another thing is, of all the redesigns that they've done for the characters in this game, that one's my least favorite. Because in the original game, they just looked really funny. In the original game, they looked like bobbleheads and things like that, and it just looked really hilarious. This one, though, they just look so generic and kind of boring. And I apologize because I'm sure the people who worked on them did a lot of hard work and things like that. It definitely is a lot of hard work to make a 3D character. I just gotta say, I don't think trying to make them look more real without the weird bobblehead definitions of the original version, I don't think it works out well with the game. There's another big reason why I'm not a big fan of those characters in this version, but that's a bit of a spoiler for this level, so I'm gonna save it for a little bit later. But what I will say is, other than that, this is a pretty fun level. I really like the theme of it. It kind of gives off a bit of an Aladdin feel from Disney and things like that, with those enemies and things like that. I'm sure both Aladdin and this world were based off the same inspiration and things like that. So yeah, it's pretty fun. And I also gotta say, I really love the desert in general. Like, the desert has a very beautiful scenery to it, which you don't really see a whole lot in games. Now, normally I don't really particularly care that much for desert worlds in games, especially in 2D Mario. But I think here, this is one of my more personal favorite levels that we've seen so far in the Autumn Plains and things like that. Now, I still don't think it quite beats the Breeze Harbor or anything like that, but it's still a pretty fun level. So, we'll go over here. This is exactly where we started. Well, we'll continue on over this way. And I want to go over here. The basic objective that we want to take care of right now is that there are going to be some flags that we're going to need to raise, because doing that will let us take over the world or something. Doing that will allow us to open the gates, because we've conquered these areas. So now we go over this way. Take care of you. And we want to watch out for those guys, because their projectiles can be a little bit rude. You can easily avoid them because the animation for when they start to attack you, it's pretty obvious and it's a little slow, so it's not like they're really difficult to avoid or anything like that. But you definitely want to keep them in mind because they can be dangerous if you don't see them coming. So now we go over here, destroy this jerk. Then we go over this way. There's plenty of stuff for you to do over there. I said that and realized that's exactly where we came from. What is wrong with my sense of direction right now? Usually I have a really good sense of direction, especially in real life, because I'm pretty good at remembering maps and things like that. But, I don't know, something about this world is a little hard. I guess I'm getting a little bit turned around when it comes to this place. Which doesn't usually happen that much in games, so I don't know why it's happening now. We could continue on over here, but you may have noticed that there is a gemstone off to the left over here, which means there's a secret passage. I felt really happy when I found this on my first playthrough, because it's like, hey, I found something. If I didn't find that right now, then this would have been the thing that I've been stuck on for like a few hours or so on my first playthrough. We blew all those up and just look at all the explosions. They weren't real explosions or anything like that, but I guess it'll satisfy for now. So we take care of all that. We can get the gemstones, and they're super shiny and amazing. So I believe that's the start of the level, so now we continue on over here. And you saw Greta down there a moment ago. And we're gonna see her up here again pretty soon. It continues that running trend of the game where it seems like every single character that we're going to talk to has some kind of super secret way to get around faster than we can, and they'll never reveal their secrets, which is unfortunate. So, on that same train of thought, something really funny is that I remember playing the Cars games on like Xbox and Wii when I was a kid and things like that. It's really funny thinking about that, because when I said that about characters somehow always being around the world and they get faster than you can, they never reveal their secrets. Something really funny about the Cars games was that, especially in, I believe, Cars International for the Wii and things like that, what was really funny about that game was that the characters, like you'd see one drive past you on the other side of the road, and then like 2 seconds later that same car would come by again. So now we'll go over here. We could talk to Greta over there, but I'm trying to prolong it for as long as possible because those kids annoy me so much. But we'll have to do it at some point. Let's go talk to you. I don't want to, but we'll do it.
Spyro, you make a great secret agent. Now Handle and I can complete our mission. By the way, you can have this talisman. I stole it when the soldiers weren't looking.
It's kind of interesting how they have characters based off Hansel and Gretel in a world that's very obviously inspired by Middle Eastern environments and things like that. It's a pretty interesting idea.
But the flag keeper keeps stealing them. If you can knock the flag keeper down, you could bring the flags back. My secret decoder ring says that this power-up thing should help you.
I just realized that kid is cross-eyed. So, what we want to do is we want to follow his advice and go burn everything in sight. I'm a pyromaniac. So what we want to do is you want to go into the first person mode and use the super amazing powers of burning things to knock down the jerk who's trying to steal the flag.
So, you want that flag, eh, Dragon? Well, 2 can play at this bombing game. Let's go!
So as we go across this area, it's worth mentioning that you're going to want to be very careful and avoid those things, because one of those green orb things will be enough to finish you off. Thankfully, you don't actually lose a life or anything like that if you lose this game. Take note, Super Mario Galaxy, just because I lose a minigame doesn't mean it's the end of the world. You just need to chase Bob the Flag Keeper until you get over here. You don't really need to do anything to him. You can just go over here and he'll return the flag because it's like, yeah, screw it, I'm out of here. And then we get a lovely conversation with that twerp again. That's always so pleasant and fun. You don't sense any bitterness in my voice at all. No, that's just an illusion. Now, we could continue on with the flag thing, but there's a gemstone chest thingy over here that I want to go collect because it's shiny and I like shiny. Actually, do we have enough time to complete this? We do! Haha! Alright, we'll get the gemstones and we'll talk to this jerk.
Still after my flags, dragon?
Same strategy as before applies here as well. Avoid the green orb thingies of doom and destruction and death. I highly advise that you stay behind a little bit. You don't necessarily need to be directly next to him the entire time. Over here, I like to loop around on the left side of the rock. Because it makes it so that I'm a little bit out of the way of the green orb thingy. That's just my personal favorite strategy about that. So as we go on this way, there's something that I need to discuss about this character. So, Reignited Trilogy did not have a whole lot of changes between this and the original PlayStation version. It wasn't censored or anything like that, at least not too much. But this is one of the few things that they did change between games. There was something in the first game that they did change where I believe in the world of Twilight something, again, caption on screen, they'll tell you the exact word. There was a type of enemy that fired like a machine gun, but in the Reignited Trilogy, now they fire like a Splatoon splatter shot or something like that, which is pretty amusing. Where is that? It's over there. Okay, I need to go back and get more fire. So yeah, they did change a few things in this game. This is definitely one of them. Because in the original version, that enemy threw actual bombs. So I'm very thankful that they changed that because that would not sit well today.
You won't get my last flag so easily, Purple Beast.
And now we'll be chasing him one final time. It is kind of rude game design that he'll keep throwing the green orb thingies at you, even when you're around a corner, so you can't always see where they're coming from. You definitely want to keep an eye out for that. I still like going around this area because it makes it a little bit easier to avoid them, even if it's just for a short time. This isn't really all that hard or anything like that. I like how I say that, but then I immediately take damage. This isn't really all that hard or anything like that. It's just that they bounce around a little bit unpredictably, and it can be a little hard to see where they're coming from when they're going around the corner. But one thing that I'll say that I absolutely love about this is the way that he opens his eyes so wide when he's throwing those green orb things. It's really, really funny. I don't know why that cracks me up so much, but just seeing how big his eyes get is just really funny. One other thing that's worth mentioning, be very careful when you're dashing through this area, because when you're going through this area, it can be so easy to accidentally run right through the gate and leave this level. Be very careful about that. That's happened way too many times to me in the past. And now we get another gemstone, and that's pretty fun. I guess another reason why it bothers me so much at how those characters look in this version, like I said, they look really generic and things like that, but also everything else in the game just looks so fantasy-like. You have like actual dragons and other mythical creatures and things like that, but then you also have like regular generic kid characters, and it's just, I'm not a big fan of that. And now we have to talk to this jerk.
The monkeys have escaped from the Avalar Zoo, and I've been sent here to catch them. But they keep throwing coconuts at me, and it hurts. Can you help me out? Great! Just charge the tree before I get hit. I'll be able to catch the monkeys as they fall. Follow me!
Oh boy, we get to see Hunter again. Ain't that fun? I'm not a big fan of this one. So what you want to do is that you want to knock down the monkey off the tree by ramming your head into the tree, because that's always such great life advice. So you want to do is that you want to distract the monkey by having it throw coconuts at you rather than Hunter. Hunter, why didn't you go to the one that I was going to, you dummy? Hunter, every time I think you annoy me, you always find a way to annoy me even more. Okay, so knock down the tree and you'll fall down, and that's just great. So we'll continue on over here. Honestly, I gotta say, this one isn't hard, it's just annoying, because you go to a specific tree because that's the one that you go to, but Hunter doesn't follow you there, he always just does his own thing, and it's really, really annoying. But like I said, you want to go ahead of Hunter so that the coconuts would be thrown at you rather than him. Even though I'm pretty sure we'd all like to throw a coconut at Hunter because of how annoying he is.
Thanks for your help, Spyro. Please, take this. One of the monkeys had it.
Okay, I'll let that one slide because you weren't holding on to that one. The monkey was. Alright, so we'll continue on over here. And was that really all the orbs? Wow. And now it's just a matter of collecting the last of the gemstones. Now, it may seem like I'm complaining a lot in this level, and I do apologize for that, because it's never fun to endlessly complain about stuff. Especially because I really do enjoy this game. I really like this game. I just find myself complaining about things a little bit more often in this than I usually do, and I do greatly apologize for that. But going back to my point, I really do love this world. But the big thing that I don't like about this place, we're going to see as we leave this area. I just want to double check to make sure we got everything. That's not the right button. Okay, we got everything. That's good. That is my least favorite change they've done in this game. This is what that cutscene looked like on the original PlayStation version. I loved it in the original one that they just like suddenly had red eyes and then you saw an explosion and you didn't actually get to see what happened. I loved that sense of mystery in the original one, but they changed it here. That is my least favorite change in the Reunited trilogy. It may seem like a nitpick, and that's probably because it is, but it's just something that drives me crazy. So that's everything that we'll be taking care of in the world of Scorch, but there's actually one more thing that I'd like to discuss before we end off today's video. So if you look at the back of the box for the PlayStation version of Spyro 2 Ripto's Rage, something very well worth mentioning is the fact that you can see Spyro using the supercharge in the world of Scorch, instead of the super flame like you can in the final game. So this likely means that the superpower that you got in the world of Scorch was changed in development at the last minute. So thank y'all so much for watching this video, Spyro 2 Ripto's Rage, and next time, we'll gear to you. Oh yeah.